Okay, so here we are in the KV1 yet again. Been playing this a bit lately because it's again, I'm still getting really poor ping on the Asian server, the Hong Kong server, so I've had to play on the Australian server if I want to get consistent games. But the problem with that is there's so few players that you're forced to play tier 5 or below, which is really not where I want to be playing. But that's probably good for my ranking and some of my stats. But apart from that, yeah, it's a bit frustrating. And you get in games like this where you can see there are 6 bots per side on in this battle because of the lack of numbers on the server. Yeah, anyway, the good old KV1 is still a pretty impressive vehicle. It's just a good all-round heavy tank. It has reasonably good armour on the hull, and the turret is even better. I think it's about 75mm pretty much on the front and the sides of the hull, 110 I think it is on the turret. So it's not bad. There's a light tank here. There's actually a player. There we go, get one into him. Now I'm a bit wary of this T1. The T1's been heavily buffed now and has a very powerfully armed turret, 170mm of armour I think. So that's a real challenge for this gun, a real challenge. I've got to try and hit him. There we go, got that little fella. I'll try and hit him in the hull if I can. This gun's not particularly accurate. I'm running the 85. The KV1 has a few guns that it can use and they're all sort of okay. I think the 85 is probably the best compromise of them. Tells me I'm going to pin, but I can't even hit him. He's aiming at me now too. Where he was. Oh, we got one into him anyway. Yeah, so the 85 is probably a good compromise between alpha and DPM. But the little 57mm gun has amazing DPM, but it there you go, it managed to pin us through the turret there, I think. Aha, here we go. Anyway, we get him and we haven't taken too much damage. There's 2 enemy tanks up here, which is interesting. We'll not go too far forward, this little Largo's just sitting there. And the B1 manages to pin us, of course he does. And this is a bot. But yeah, so the 57 I've run quite a bit on this tank because it does give you incredible DPM. But if you get in a situation where you're basically popping out and shooting each other, DPM gets nullified and the tank with the 85 is going to beat the tank with the 57 every time. And there you go, this guy is running the 57 I think. I'll make everyone count. He is managing to pin me. Take him out. So we can take the other guy out as well. Oof. Left him on a tiny bit of health. to make everyone count. We did manage to get a bounce there. And it is about, this tank does rely on angling. It's, if you angle it at about 45 degrees, it seems to work best, because the side armour is as thick as the frontal armour. If you angle it at 45, you get the best effect off both sides. Plus, you really actually want to encourage people to fire at your tracks, because the tracks tend to absorb an awful lot. Okay, so we've managed between the three, these are all players here, the Matilda, the BDR and myself. We've managed to really own this side of the flank, and we should, this game should be an easy win. 2,000 damage, but there's someone already capping it, and undoubtedly it's the little leopard. And of course the slowest tanks are the ones that head off to try and find it, and we've got a bot, a T80, that's just sitting there, it's going the opposite direction. And here's another bot going the wrong way. The bot play is woeful. You don't really want bots on your team. You want to keep your players alive and have more players in the end game than the opposition. That's the only way to really win these games. These guys are firing at this guy. They know roughly where he's going to be. He's going to be behind one of these buildings up on the cap. I'm not going to try and waste my shots shooting down buildings. I'll just get up there and try and put a shot into him. We only need one shot into him to stop the cap, but it's going to be really close because we're so slow. That's the big problem with these heavily armed low tier heavies. They are very slow. He's probably behind this next, not this one, but the next one. So they've managed to knock it down, or knock the first one down, and there he is. I'm going to fire through there. I need a clear shot. There we go. So they tracked him and we finished him off. Anyway, again, it looks like we're going to win easily. We're 4 tanks up. Virtually a whole heavy tank HP up, if you can believe the numbers. But we're up against some pretty sneaky and nasty TDs. The T67's been significantly nerfed in the last patch, but particularly around the rate of fire, but it's still a really dangerous tank. And the little tier 4 TD is almost as bad. Now, of course, just when we get into position, the DW disappears. And yep, the little TDs are busily taking out our bots. There he is. There he is. Aim it right in, and yeah, we get him. There wasn't much of him left, but we did get him. So that's 7 kills so far. Only one off a Bradley Walters. Anyway, let's see what else we can do now. I'm not going to cross the open, that would be suicidal with these little TDs there, so I'm going to go right up to the northwest and then start moving in. It's quite a bit of cover if you sort of wend your way through all of those rocks, depending on where they are. I'm trying to encourage our guys to stay together rather than just pop up. Matilda's already way over the other side, so and he's lost a lot of health. He's only really a one shot, so it's probably reliant on me. I've still got about over half my HP. It's going to take them at least 3 to 4 shots to kill me, probably 4. Mind you, both those tanks, even the T67 with it being nerfed, has a reasonable rate of fire. There's the little fella. He's probably going to take out the B1 without too much trouble, because I'm sure the T67 is supporting. Yeah, the T67 takes him out from the other side. Now, the Matilda really needs to stay low, but I suspect he's not going to. It's really disappointing when you're so far ahead. You've had a really good game. 7 kills, 2,200 damage. And you just sense that your team's about to throw it all away. And unfortunately, the real weakness of the KV1 and many of the lower tier heavies, particularly Russian ones, is they have no view range. So the T67 can just shoot me. If you see I can see where my green circle is, it's woeful. So it will be able to just shoot me and stay hidden because it stays between the green and the white circle. Or if someone else spots me, it can shoot me from between the white and the yellow circle, and I've got no hope of seeing him. So yeah, not great. Now, probably should have gone up the next opening here rather than this one. There's the little fella. And yeah, Matilda down. Surprise, surprise. Unfortunately, the T67 is now on the back behind the cat. He'll be able to hit me a couple of times. At least once anyway, so I come across here. There we go. Twice. And he's firing APCR, so I'm now down to... Oh, good grief. Now in this sort of situation, there's no point in pushing into them. That's exactly what they want you to do. So, I don't know what the DW is going to do, and I know I just got spotted there, but at least I didn't get shot. I'm going to go and hide. Now I know they've got to come across the middle of the map if they want to try and cap me out. There's very little time left. They're going to come forward, they're going to try after they deal with the bot, which I'm sure they'll deal with the bot quite easily. Now we're down to 2 minutes. So I'm just going to hide in these bushes here. Now it's a bit hard to hide a KV1, but if I'm right in the bushes, there we go, he got a little bit into the M4, or sorry, the M8 I should say. And there he is now. I've got a HE round queued. Got one into him. He spots me. And we take him out with the HE round. I don't know whether that pinned or not, it may have. And yeah, he's there somewhere. He played a really good game, this guy. But he was quite lucky in the end. You know, he's got 7 kills, I've got 8. In this scenario, he's really got the upper hand. He's a mobile, small tank that's really hard to see. And I'm in a giant, big, chunky thing that's unmaneuverable and is very easy to spot. Just trying to stay, I've got to really stop moving. Oh, come on, where is he? I've got a HE shell landed, or loaded rather, that's my best hope of killing him. 33 seconds. I don't think he can kill me with one shot, he needs at least 2. There he is. And there you go, RNG loses the game right then and there. If that had hit him, a HE pen would probably have killed him, but of course it went low. And that's the end of the game. Would have been lovely if that had hit him. That would have been a really good game. But anyway, it was still not bad with a Radley Walters at 8 kills.